And 10 at the 25. Sudfeld in a shotgun. Come on, Sudfeld. Let's do something. Sudfeld. Back to pass. He's looking. He's looking. He's going long. He's going long. He got it in. He got Mark and Michelle. He go. Dead by touchdown. Woo! Kick the red. Double move on the red.
You're my new King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day, a great Friday. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you all got a chance to finally watch the Eagles and watch the game yesterday. It was a very, very sloppy game, a typical first preseason game of the year. There were good things, there were bad things, and then there were just stinky, sloppy stuff. I mean, let's be honest, it was a very sloppy game. It was a very dragged out game, especially at the end, but I hope you all had a chance. Get up there, hat. But I hope you all had a chance to watch it. And of course, the big news to come out of this game is the injury to Nate Sudfeld. Now, for those who watched it and didn't see, he broke his wrist. He fell like this. You could see it snap back. And you could tell right away by the way he was holding it that he probably broke his wrist. Now, the good thing is the injury is to his non-throwing hand. He's having surgery today. And he'll probably be back in, 6 to 8 weeks. So we're talking by October, he should be back. Which, this leads to the question where everybody's talking today is, what are we going to do at quarterback now that Nate Sudfeld, or backup quarterback now that Sudfeld is out? Because Kessler stinks. Thorson stinks. Now, maybe Thorson will develop someday, but I don't even think he completed a pass. Okay, Kessler didn't look good. You're not going to win very many games from him either. So, what are the Eagles going to do at the backup quarterback position? That's the big question today. That's it. That's what we're hearing. What are the Eagles going to do at the backup quarterback position? We're hearing a lot of names be mentioned. We've heard a lot of people saying call Colin Kaepernick, call Sam Stinkford. Call these guys and see if they'll come in now. Here's what I think the Eagles are going to do. Just my opinion based upon what Doug Peterson said and the way it sounded. I think the Eagles are going to roll with what they have. I think they're going to roll with what they have, and they're not swayed or worried about it at all. Maybe they'll bring in another quarterback just to put on this roster to get some reps, but it won't be somebody of name, somebody we're thinking of. I think because Sudfeld's out, probably till October, I think they'll try to wait it out. You know what I mean? I think they'll wait it out, and you gotta put your faith and trust that Carson Wentz stays healthy. He's got to stay healthy. This is the whole question. This is the whole key to the whole year. Because if he's healthy, then you don't have to worry about the backup quarterback, and he plays all year. If Carson Wentz gets hurt and he goes out for the whole year, we don't have Nick Foles. It's going to be very hard. Now, I really like what I saw from Nate Sudfeld, but he'll be back in October, and I think that the Eagles are going to basically try to weather the storm. Now, would I do it? I would probably try to bring in a backup, somebody of name. But there is one guy, okay, because there's a few names out there, but there's one guy I do not want. There's one guy that I'm requesting do not get. Okay, I do not want Sam Stinkford. I don't want him on this team. I don't want Deacon Dunk. I don't want to lose games by a million cuts. I would rather have a stinky quarterback play a week or two and then be out of there, and instead of lose the way Sam Stinkford loses. I can't take Sam Stinkford on this team. I'm not a fan, never was, and that's the one guy. I don't care who else. You know what I mean? You want to go out and make a splash and trade for Fitzpatrick or something if Miami's even willing to do it? Go ahead. But please, no Sam Stinkford. No Sam Stinkford. Please. I can't take death by a million cuts. Because that's what he is. With his Deacon Dunk and the way he plays, you'll lose, but you'll just lose torturously over 4 quarters of pain. I don't want it. So that's my... Now watch. The Eagles will go and they'll sign Sam Stinkford. Watch. No. Oh, please, not him. That's all I'm requesting. Just not him. If you want to, I'd rather wait it out with Kessler and Thorson. And Thorson stinks, by the way. But I would rather wait it out than bring in Sam Stinkford. So, anyways, we're going to see what the Eagles are going to do. I'm thinking that they're not going to make a splash. I think they're going to do exactly what Doug Peterson said they were going to do in the press conference. We're going to ride with what we have. They know that that Sudfeld will come back by October, and they'll wait it out. Remember the broken wrist is on his non-throwing hand, so that's a very big thing, and that's okay. He's going to be back this year. I think they'll bring in some no-name quarterback who basically will come in and take reps for the team. I think you'll see that happen. So we're going to have to keep our eye on what happens at the backup quarterback position. But that's my feeling. I don't want Sam Stinkford. So as far as the game itself went, I thought there were some guys that really, really stood out to me and really got me excited. I also thought there were guys I was very disappointed at and didn't show up tonight. And I want to talk about all of those guys. The guys that stood out to me the most, we'll start with Andre Dillard. Andre Dillard, he proved that he could play left tackle right now. I believe he can start right now in this league. I think obviously there are things to work on. He probably could get a little stronger. But overall, this kid could play this year. He could play this year, and it's going to be interesting if the Eagles at one point say, you know what, he needs to be out there. He needs to be playing. Let's slide Peters inside. That would be very interesting. But I thought he was fantastic. He was not overwhelmed in his first game, and I thought Andre Dillard played great. I am very excited about this pick. I think this is a big-time hit for the Eagles in the first round, and I think we're going to see a lot more of him this year. And look, with Peters' age and the way that we've seen Peters the last few years, where when he does play, it seems like he's always in and out, getting hurt. To have him be able to come in there, I think it's a big deal. And I really liked the way Andre Dillard played, and everybody should be excited about him. The other guy that I liked a lot, that I thought, look, he's fantastic. He is fantastic, and he can't be stopped. Dallas Goedert is a beast. He's a beast. And look, all I could tell you, and everybody, thank you to all you guys who were in my stream last night. Shout out to you. Shout out to my man LT. He was like, get Dallas Goedert out of the game. And I swear, Dallas Goedert is so good. He does, in my opinion, he needs to be treated almost as a starter. Don't give him too many reps. I thought they gave him too many reps yesterday. He's too good. We can't afford to lose him. He is awesome. And what he did yesterday, man, he is fantastic. I really think that this guy is a Pro Bowl caliber tight end right now on this team. And you have him behind Ertz, which is a great thing. But Dallas Goedert was fantastic and unstoppable last night. So I was really, really excited about him and his play, which is, what we expected from him. I expected that from him. I got it. What I expected from Andre Dillard, I got more than what I expected from him last night. Deshaun Hall in the second half. He had 6 tackles and a sack. He was wreaking havoc on the line. And one of the few guys on the defensive line last night that I thought played well, because I thought a lot of them didn't. I thought Hassan Ridgeway played pretty good, but I thought Deshaun Hall played really, really good, and it was important to see that. He's not somebody we've heard about at camp or OTAs or anything like that, but he went in there yesterday. He played really good, so I'm going to be watching him much closer next week. Now, I've watched the Eagles-Titans game. I watched it one time over, then on the second time I started to rewatch, I fell asleep, so I got to rewatch more, but I'm going to take a deeper look at him today. But from what I saw of him, I thought he was fantastic, and so those would probably be my personal top 3 performers: Dillard, Goedert, and then Hall. Another guy I thought played really well was Nate Sudfeld. Nate Sudfeld was playing really good before he got hurt. Now, I'm not sure his exact statistics. I'm guessing, I'm trying to remember what I read, but I think it was something like 12 of 18, 177, 178 yards, and a touchdown. I thought Nate Sudfeld, when he was playing, I thought he was pretty good. And I have confidence in him as a backup once he comes back from his injury. It's really a shame he got hurt. And look, he got hurt on a late hit. I thought the Titans were blitzing a lot, especially for a preseason game. It is what it is. But just the way he fell, it's a shame that he broke his wrist, but it could have been worse. But I thought Nate Sudfeld, I thought he was fantastic yesterday. I thought he really had a great game. Another guy that I really was excited to see was Marquand Michel. Marquand Michel with the big catch for 75-yard touchdown. Now, he was 2 steps ahead of Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson was still in the game. Adoree Jackson is a very fast corner, and to see Mark and Michelle be able to beat him the way he did, I think that this kid has a legitimate shot to make this team. He needs more playing time, maybe with the second string guys, just to see what he can do, in my opinion. But Mark and Michelle, big 75-yard touchdown, and I thought he was great last night. I thought he was great, and I'm very, very excited about him and what he brings to this team. Now, the last guy I want to talk about is Avonte Maddox. Avonte Maddox was not in long. He basically was in maybe one series or something like that. But the plays he was in, and for what he was in, I thought he looked really, really good. There was, I think, a third down out where he broke up a play, and he has a lot of recovery speed. So I thought Avonte Maddox looked good in the short amount of reps. It's kind of hard to tell with some of those guys that are only in one series. Like, if you look at what Sidney Jones did, he was real quiet, but they didn't really go at him. So it's really hard to judge a guy like that. But from what I saw of Avonte Maddox, I really liked what he did. Now, there were some guys who I thought, did some things that were good, did some things that were bad. And I want to give them an honorable mention. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, I thought, played really good for his first game. I think he might have dropped the ball. He had a good diving attempt early in the game, which I don't blame him for dropping. But I really like him. I want to see more of him. He's a lot faster running the ball than I thought he was. And to me, he's a spitting image of Mike Evans. That's what I see when I see J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I thought he, for the most part, had a pretty good game. There were a few things I thought he could have done better. But overall, I liked what he did. I liked his game. Jordan Mailata, I thought at times he really struggled. And there were times I was watching and I was going, Jordan Mailata don't look too good. But then there were other times where he actually did look pretty good. I thought he was kind of up and down. So he did some good things. He did some bad things. Definitely things to work on. When you look at, Jordan Howard, Miles Sanders, they really didn't have opportunity. I think they both had 3 attempts with the backup offensive line, and it's hard to judge or gain anything out of that. I thought L.J. Fort was pretty good for the most part. He allowed a touchdown. I'm not sure if it was his fault or if it was Cyprian's fault. Because basically somebody screwed up, the receiver got open, but I thought it was a tight end. But I thought L.J. Fort had some good points in the game. I thought he had some bad points in the game, but overall, I give him a thumbs up. Same with Cyprian. I thought Cyprian was pretty good for the most part. There was some pass coverage stuff that I think he could have done better, but he's also just figuring everything out. So those were kind of some guys that were up and down, in my opinion. There were guys that I was very disappointed with. I'm not going to lie. The guy that I was most disappointed with last night was Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat showed me nothing from what I see. Now I'm gonna go back and watch it, but for all we hear about how good he looks in camp and the 20 pounds and he's explosive, he just looks slow off the line to me. Maybe he's not getting a good jump, but he just looks like when he jumps off the line, it looks like the tackle had no problem with him at all. And I was kind of disappointed overall. With Josh Sweat. I was hoping and wanting more. Now, it's only the first game of preseason, but I was definitely disappointed. I think Josh Sweat's got to show us more. He's got to show me more to be the 4th defensive end, but I didn't think he had a good game. Another guy that I was disappointed with was Josh Adams. Josh Adams cannot fumble the ball. He cannot do it. He will not make this team if he keeps fumbling the ball. This was an issue last year, and then to come back in the first preseason game and then do it again, it concerns me. It worries me. And I hope that Josh Adams has a way better week 2. Now let me just say, it's only week 1 of the preseason. I'm not going to flip out about week 1 of preseason. I'm not so worried about one bad performance. But these are guys that hopefully will have a better game next week that didn't look good this week. And definitely, I thought Josh Adams did not have a good game. I was disappointed. I thought Smallwood came in and was more effective than Josh Adams. So Josh Adams clearly has to have a better game 2 than he did this week. Because if he fumbles and if he plays the way he did today, he will not make this team. Cody Kessler, I thought he was like 3. He was like 3 to 6 for 12 yards. He was very underwhelming, very underwhelming. But we'll see. I mean, because right now he's a number 2 guy. So at this point with Sudfeld out, I don't even know if you can start Carson in preseason. I don't even know if you should even give him any reps in preseason, because we can't afford to get him hurt, especially when you just lost your backup. Cody Kessler, well, I was very underwhelmed by it. This is why I think they'll bring in another quarterback. I don't think it's going to be a quarterback of name. I think it's going to be some no-name person that is just going to take snaps. That's pretty much what I'm expecting. But I thought he was very underwhelming. And then Thorson stunk. I don't even think he threw one completion. Now, he's a rookie. He's got to learn all those kind of things. But from what we got of him last night, he stunk. And it was horrible. And, he was very, very, very disappointing, because I was hoping to at least see something from him. Those are my guys pretty much that I wasn't happy with last night. Oh, you know what? One more guy I want to talk about real quick is Josh Hawkins. I was very disappointed in Josh Hawkins. He came in last year. I thought, he looked good in that New Orleans game. Maybe we got something developed. I didn't think he was very good last night. Now, let me just say this again. With all these guys that had a bad night, it's only 1 week of the preseason, so you can't worry about it too much. But those are the guys that really stood out to me as disappointments. And there were a lot of other guys that were good and some bad that I'm not talking about. These are clearly good and bad, just the standouts for me. But hey, look, it's going to be interesting to see what the Eagles do with this quarterback 2 situation. We'll find out probably within the next few days. And then, we just get ready for week 2. Hopefully we'll see improvements on the team overall. And it is what it is. What do you guys think? What did you think about preseason? Who stood out to you? Who didn't? Let me know in the comment section. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.